Hi everyone, it's Angel here, your personal finance friend. In today's video, I'm sure you can already tell what we're going to be talking about. We're going to be talking about rebuilding your finances. So you're starting your finances from scratch and you don't know how to go about it. We're going to be talking about that in this video. Let me start by saying this clearly. If you feel like you're starting your finances from scratch, if you feel like you're rebuilding again, you're not late, you're not irresponsible, and you're definitely not alone. You're not the first and you will not be the last. Starting again is not a bad thing. Bouncing back from financial shaking in your mid-20s, your early 30s, or whatever 30s, whatever 40s, whatever your age is a powerful decision to building wealth. So you're on the right path, right? Now let's talk about why many people start over in the first place. Many people start over for different reasons. It could be for bad decisions, low income seasons. It could be as a result of debt, and not just bad debt. Now it could even be good debt. It could be family responsibilities, having a baby, or even going back to school, which I'm sure many of us would relate with, or maybe simply because no one ever taught them how money works. And the truth is, starting from zero can be overwhelming. Trust me, but it's possible. It's possible to bounce back with the right mindset and intentionality to back it up. And I'm not even saying this from a place of theory, but I've really been there. 3 years ago, I relocated to the UK for my master's, and I had to use most of my savings to sponsor my education and also incurred some debt. And I'll talk about that in another video, maybe talk about my relationship with debt in another video. But I have an episode where I've talked about my master's journey, and you can look that up on maybe Spotify and Apple Podcast. But everyone who has pursued their degrees abroad, especially without scholarship or funding, will understand the financial impact. I mean, it's an investment, right? But that investment affected my finances, more like disrupted it. And I was living from paycheck to paycheck, at least when I had one. But we thank God. I resumed a job in February 2024 after my degree, and I started my financial journey from scratch. I started rebuilding again in a different country this time. This means that I had to unlearn and relearn everything about personal finance, right? Learning everything again. So I couldn't apply the same principles that I used in Nigeria in my current situation, in my current residence. So I had to, first of all, stop mentally converting everything to Naira. That was the first step. And learning about, understanding the UK credit system, learning about ISAs, because I was just saying ISA. I'm like, what is ISA? I'm just adjusting to a new cost of living generally. So that year was my reset season. And so this was me in 2024, starting from zero, starting from the scratch, also with a wedding to plan that same year. Whoosh! So that year I had 3 goals. My 2024 financial goals were to pay off debts that I incurred for my school fees, rebuild my financial savings, and also rebuild my savings, build a good financial structure, and also increase my investment knowledge ahead of 2025, because I knew that my 2025 goal was mainly investment. So it's been exactly 2 years. I mean, it's been about 2 years now, and I can say that I have made significant progress from zero to where I am now, because I'm not there yet. We're still on this journey of building wealth. It's indeed a long-term journey, and I'd say it's been an interesting ride, and I'm going to be sharing with you all that I did to get back on track. And if you're currently at this phase, or you know someone, this will help. Don't forget that we all start again for different reasons. And the first thing that I would say is start with God. Yes, I said it. Definitely not what you expect in a finance class or a finance video, right? But it's the truth of my journey, and that's the best way to start. Call it a good sermon, call me a pastor, but that's what has worked for me. Matthew 6:26 says, "Look at the birds of the air. They do not sow or reap or store away in barns, and yet your heavenly Father feeds them." And it says, "Are you not much more valuable than they?" So ask yourself, are you not much valuable than the birds of the air? Psalm 23 verse 1, very popular scripture. "The Lord is my shepherd, I shall not want." Now this text are good anchors reminding me that God cares about me and every area of my life, including my finances. And so I should not be in want. And so I should prosper and do great in every area. So I indeed trusted God. And, of course, that started with the provision of a source of income, a job. And the truth is, if you have a job already, it's great. Like, it's great, but this point is still valid. Start with God, because it is God who gives wealth. It is God who multiplies. It is God who gives instructions on where to build, on what to start, on who to partner with. So start with God. He can fix anything. Trust me. Number 2 is face your numbers. Face your numbers. You cannot fix what you refuse to look at. So you need to sit down, write out how much you earn monthly, weekly. What are your income streams? How much you owe? What are your liabilities? How much do you owe? How much do you have in savings, asset wise? No matter how small, you need to actually know and write it down. You need to know what your fixed expenses are. When I talk about fixed expenses, I'm talking about expenses that you know that every month you know that you're going to incur these expenses: your rent, transport, feeding, utilities. When you do this, it gives you a roadmap. And it's not to even scare you or anything, or give you anxiety. It just gives you a starting point. It gives you a clear starting point. Number 3, decide what matters right now. Decide your main priority. When you're starting from scratch, when you're rebuilding, you cannot do everything at once. So you need to ask yourself, what do I need right now? Do I need stability? Do I need to stop borrowing? Do I need to build savings? Do I need to increase my income? So you need to pick one priority, pick one main priority for now. So if you're trying to save or maybe invest and you want to live soft life at the same time and travel, you cannot do it all at once. I promise you, you will get overwhelmed and you will not achieve your goals. So you need to decide what matters right now. Focus brings progress. The next point is understand your income and your expenses. And this is probably related to budgeting. And when it comes to budgeting, if you're starting again, you don't need a complicated budget. You don't need a complicated budget. What you need at this stage is structure, not perfection. So if you're waiting till you get that perfect spreadsheet, I promise you, you might not do anything. Understand your income, your expenses. Look at your needs first. Look at your savings, no matter how small. Again, there's no small savings. There is no small savings. Do your needs, your savings, and then your wants within reason. I'm going to do another video talking about the difference between needs and wants so that you can understand the difference. Now, if your income is tight, your savings might be small, and that's very okay. I don't expect you to have a savings of 1 million naira if you're earning 250,000 naira. And the truth is, that's okay. The truth is, consistency matters more than the amount. Consistency matters more than the amount. The next point is start saving. Even if it feels small again, when you're starting from scratch, saving 5,000 naira, 20 pounds, 50 pounds might feel insignificant, but it is not. Do not let anyone talk down on your savings. It's your savings. At the end of the day, savings build discipline, it builds confidence. I have a friend who started saving last year and saving early last year, and by the end of the year he told me, I have 2,000 pounds, I have $2,000 in savings. And I was so happy for him. This is someone that did not have savings all his life, and now he's making progress in his savings. That kind of gave him this confidence to actually go more, to say, if I can have this in how many months, that means I can do better. So it gives you confidence, it gives you financial safety, it gives you momentum. So start saving. Start with an emergency fund first. When you're rebuilding, your first goal is definitely not luxury. I believe we all know that. So automate your savings if you can. Pay your future self first. Pay your future self first. Your future self will thank you. The next point is deal with debt strategically. So if you have debt, ignoring it won't make it disappear. So you need to list your debts, list who you owe, how much, list the interest rate, the minimum payment, the payment terms, and the deadline, and choose a strategy. Look at what will work for you. You can pick the snowball approach, where you're picking the smallest debt first. You're paying that off to know that, okay, that one is off. And maybe next you look at the debt with the highest interest next. Like, just choose a strategy. The key again is consistency, not speed. The next point will be increase your capacity. Increase your capacity. And I think for me, this is also where I am right now. At some point, budgeting alone won't be enough. You may need to probably, start a side hustle or a passive income, which could be investment. You could learn a new skill, ask for a raise, or maybe switch jobs, switch roles, switch industries. Your income matters because there's only so much cutting expenses can do. You cut expense, cut. There's some expenses that you cannot just cut again. Finally, build habits, not pressure. You don't need motivation every day. You don't need to hear all of these videos every time. You need systems. You need monthly money check-ins. You need weekly spending reviews, automatic transfers. These are structures. Have clear boundaries. Your progress comes from boring, repeated actions. I promise you, starting your finances from starting again and rebuilding again is not a disadvantage. It's an opportunity. You get to unlearn bad habits. You get to build intentionally. You get to do money differently because you've seen how it was you've seen the other side of handling money. So you get to handle money differently. And remember that you don't need to be perfect. You just need to be consistent. I mean, I'm still rebuilding and I'm not trying to be perfect. I'm just trying to be consistent. I'm just trying to ensure that my investment account every month is being topped up. My savings is leaving my account. My savings is consistent. And don't forget to track your progress as well. It's very, very important. If you're starting again, you want to not leave it to chance. You want to see how you're doing. You want to see where you can do better. You want to see, what opportunities are there to actually take advantage of. And lastly, I'm going to say, if you're currently rebuilding, if you're starting again, I see you. God sees you as well. So keep going, keep at it. Don't give excuses. Don't give up. Keep going. And trust me, it's all going to work out for your good. If you found this video helpful, please do well to like this video and subscribe and share with a friend, share with your family, share with someone who you know is rebuilding again. Let them be encouraged and let's build wealth together.